Nikki and Momo find themselves shrunken down, exploring a whimsical world full of oversized objects. They playfully speculate about the environment, noting strange, stone-like trees and other curious sights. This surreal setting immediately establishes a fairy tale atmosphere for the adventure that is about to unfold. An old man approaches, complaining about a mischievous, dirty cockatiel that he blames for causing chaos among the village animals. This disruption is interfering with the local preparations for Children's Day. He mentions that even a pink ribbon-wearing cockatiel has been causing trouble, unknowingly setting up Nikki's next quest. After Nikki offers to help, the old man mistakes her for a helpful caretaker, mentioned in a diary belonging to the local kids. He formally entrusts her with the task of rounding up the troublesome cockatiels, believing this will restore peace to the village and allow the festival preparations to continue. Nikki and Momo finally track down the pink cockatiel with the ribbon, but they're completely stunned when it begins to speak. The creature pleads with them not to catch it, revealing that there is much more to this situation than a simple case of unruly animals running wild. The talking creature, initially mistaken for a new animal species, clarifies that she is a fairy. She is surprised that Nikki and Momo can understand her, which leads her to believe they must also be powerful fairies. This marks the true beginning of their magical journey into a new world. The fairy introduces a local custom, explaining that she needs Nikki to perform a ceremony by demonstrating the magic flowing from her clothes. This act serves as a test to prove Nikki's power and worthiness. It's a whimsical request that solidifies the fantasy rules of this strange new land. After Nikki successfully shows off her outfit's inherent magic, the fairy formally introduces herself as Luluka, a fairy apprentice from the Fansil continent. She is convinced that Nikki is a legendary fairy who is summoned by her desperate prayers, officially establishing their new partnership and goal. Luluka explains her predicament. She was summoned by a boy named Havar, but lost control of her magic when a monster called the Sleep Sheep appeared. This magical accident caused the village chaos, transformed Luluka, and worst of all, resulted in Havar being kidnapped by the creature. While searching for Luluka's lost magic stick, the group discovers a talking stone statue. It turns out to be Luluka's partner, Puppet, who was also cursed by the Sleep Sheep. He recognizes Luluka despite her altered form and confirms the direction the monster fled with the stick. They manage to locate Luluka's magic stick, but it is broken and completely powerless. Luluka is devastated, believing she can no longer save Havar or fulfill her dream of becoming a proper fairy. This new obstacle forces them to find a way to repair the magical artifact. Puppet explains that the stick can be repaired with two key components: the rare fruit of a spirit tree and the collected feelings of gratitude from helping others. The group embraces this new mission, seeing it as the only way to restore Luluka's power and save Havar. To acquire the fruit, Nikki and Momo find the ancient spirit tree, which seems more concerned with its own appearance than its precious fruit. By taking a picture to show the tree how beautiful it is, they successfully flatter it into giving them the fruit, completing the first part of their task. With the stick's body repaired, their next task is to gather gratitude magic. Luluka guides them to a group of children who are upset because their special paints for the festival have vanished. This provides the perfect opportunity to help someone and complete the magical restoration. Nikki successfully helps the children by winning a quiz to obtain new dyes and then assists them in painting a giant statue. The children are overjoyed and thank her profusely, generating the powerful feelings of gratitude needed to fully restore power to Luluka's broken stick. The newly empowered stick reacts unexpectedly with a storybook held by a child named Fabio. The book's pages burst out, filling the air with floating text and images. It quickly becomes clear that this is no ordinary book, but a powerful magical artifact tied to Luluka's very existence. As Nikki collects the scattered pages, she makes a shocking discovery. The book is titled Fansil Journey, and its main character is Luluka. The truth is revealed that Luluka, puppet, and the sleep sheep are all characters from a fairy tale, brought to life by Havar's powerful wish. Nikki gently confronts Luluka, who admits she isn't an official fairy apprentice but has been trying her best to become one. Unaware of her fictional origins, she remains focused on her duty to help others. They agree to deal with the existential crisis later and focus on rescuing Havar. To reach the sleep sheep's lair at a floating labyrinth, Nikki must use a transformation spell from the storybook to turn Puppet into a flying carriage. This advanced magic demonstrates Nikki's growing power and prepares the team for the final, decisive confrontation with the enemy. Inside the labyrinth, they find the missing village animals, all turned to stone by the sleep sheep. Working together, Nikki and Luluka combine their magic to break the curse, freeing the animals and clearing a path to the labyrinth's center where the final battle awaits them. After Nikki and her friends defeat the sleep sheep, Havar is finally freed from his magical prison. He explains that he wished for Luluka to appear because he felt lonely and trapped, much like the prince in his favorite story. His deep longing was the catalyst for the entire adventure. Luluka awakens but reveals a terrible truth. During the final battle, she used up all her magic to save everyone. With her power gone, she and Puppet must return to the storybook. She bravely accepts this fate, happy to have fulfilled her dream of helping others in a meaningful way. Luluka and Puppet gently fade back into the pages of their book. When Nikki and Havar look at it again, the story has been rewritten to include their grand adventure. Through her sacrifice, Luluka has finally become the true great fairy she always aspired to be in her world. The other children, who were unable to perceive the magic, interpret the entire event as an elaborate play staged by Nikki and Havar. Having found his courage, Havar gives the unique, magically altered book to Nikki as a permanent memento of their incredible adventure and their fairy tale friends.